This is a follow-up to one of my previous videos on someone called Kitsune Sel, or Richard Scarf. You don't have to watch it to understand what's going on, but if you're new here, I want you to understand that he has done a lot more disgusting things to children in the past that I won't be going over in this video.
To you about something. Okay.
It's important. It's important. It's about Sel. And he had
Yeah.
And he had his inappropriate parts out around you, and he was like putting it on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have quite a bit of new information to go over, so let's get into it. After my video went live, a few things would happen. One was that his VRChat account would be banned. However, he did have another account to no surprise. His new account is called DevX. That name may sound familiar, as he has used it before. He also is using another Discord account called DevX1475. His old Discord account isn't banned, by the way, and it's even in the official VRChat Discord server. However, he doesn't talk on there anymore. As I predicted though, Richard had not just targeted the kids I met in the first video, and from talking to people who knew him and reading some of the comments, Sel had negatively affected many more people than I would have initially thought. I want to focus on just one specific person though, who had been groomed by Richard for over a year. Before we get into my interview with the victim, I want to read some of the more bizarre messages between him and Richard, so you could get an idea of the kind of person Richard is. Richard says, "I R'd everyone at the virtual McDonald's. I made a child scream and cry in horrific terror when he realized that I was the one who stole everyone's avatar PayPays. And then I chased him. By the way, I'm the guy who stole everyone's avatar's PayPays in VRChat. That was all me. We always had the rendering power for dongs and balls. I tricked the AI into giving me everyone's PayPays using the law back in like 1998. That's why the not safe for work avatars are rare. I'm just now remembering how much of a menace I was. Thanks to the victim, I was able to get a picture of Richard when he was much younger. And wow, these years have not been good to him. Anyways, I got one more message for you. Proposal. A new holiday where I go around stealing the testicles of children that didn't do enough schoolwork. I took my friend's left nut when he was 8 because he didn't study enough." Alright, I think you guys can understand that this guy is insane, so let's get into the interview. Can you introduce yourself to the audience? And how long have you been playing VRChat?
My name is Zero Heart. I go by Spartan56C. I started playing VRChat in 2021, really late 2021. I've never really had a bad experience on this game, like meeting people and talking to people, until I met him.
When and where did you first meet Richard, aka Kitsune Sel?
Here we go. Okay, so I first met him in Furry Hideout, and it's weird because he's never usually in Furry Hideout. He's always in Furry Talk and Chill. And so, I met him. He was just like, he came across as like this amazing person, and then you get to know him, and it's like, oh my god. He only really shows his true self when you've already been manipulated, or when you're really easy to manipulate. Because when I first met him, I was like fucking 15. He just sucked me right in, because I didn't have any friends. I didn't have anyone to talk to. So Sel was the only real person who would give me attention.
Describe your relationship with Richard. Was it more of a friendship or a relationship?
Much more of a... more of a leadership. Like, he was a leader to me. He felt like I was his commander. Like, we were hand in hand. Like, he would tell me that we need to talk to them. Like, we, like me and you, because we were the ones. We were the people who believed the most.
What happened on that day? You don't have to answer this one.
No. I'm gonna answer this one, and I'm gonna answer it deeper than anyone has before. Alright, so listen. This is when shit gets f***ed, okay? So Sel and this 13-year-old boy were in this Nico's exoplanet journey world, and so he was fucking cuddling with this 13-year-old boy and like licking his face and doing with him, and I was just there watching, and it was fucking horrible. And eventually, the boy left, and he basically just fucking raped me. Like, he was like, it takes a long time to get these monkeys to listen to you and get the fuck on the floor and let me fuck them. I didn't want to leave. You want to know why? Like, I wanted to make him proud of me. Like, this guy was like my idol for the longest. And so I wanted to make him proud of me. And so I just sat there and waited. I just stood up and looked at myself in the mirror and didn't move. I just didn't move an inch. And he just basically just f***ed me. And that was it. And afterwards, you wanna know what he fucking said? He said, "How much did you enjoy it?" And I said, "0. None." And then he said, "That is new data. This is new data collected. I have never seen someone who I f***ed not enjoy it a single bit."
What ultimately caused you to end your relationship with Richard?
So, I met this therapist friend a long while back, like 2 months, okay? And so, this guy was great. I kept, like, telling him, like, all my problems and stuff, and eventually, about a week into it, I brought up Sel, and he told me that this guy was a neo, and he taught me all about neo-Nazism, and that this guy was a manipulator, and that he was going to ruin my life, and to tell me to do horrible things, and get me to do horrible things. And so, eventually, after a lot of convincing, he got me to block Sel, and it was extremely hard. You have no idea how hard it is, because manipulation works in this weird way that you want to come back to the person who manipulated you. It's so weird. It fucking sucks. Just like, imagine you meet someone who's genuinely horrible, most deplorable person you could ever think of, but they've manipulated you so deeply that months later, after you've heard everything about how horrible the person is, you can't stop thinking about wanting to come back to them.
Okay, I have one more question. Do you have any words for Richard?
Honestly, man, with everything that you have done, no, I don't have any words that would be suitable for YouTube.
You could say, I'll just blur it out. Keep yourself safe.
It's the only way you can repay everything that you've done.
That's it for the interview. Do you have any last words you'd like to say?
I love you. I love all of you. I love every single person watching this video. If you ever... Just keep going, okay? Just keep going. If not for me, then for all of your friends. And if you don't have any friends, go for yourself. Okay? Find your passion. Don't rush your life. Don't rush aging. Things come as they come, alright?
Thank you to Zero for the interview, but this is not the end, as we have some more footage of Sel's recent inquiries, thanks to a viewer of mine. All this footage comes from someone named Goose, so big thanks to him, as it shows Richard continuing to be his usual insane and racist self.
My bloodline is so pure and well known that I'm so highly in charge of the world's military that it was agreed upon and allowed and legally signed into documentation and plans for me to shoot one of the blonde, blue-eyed hair guys in the ear. I could have shot him in the head, but I didn't want to kill him because he needs to be killing the Nigerians.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Yeah, his name was Donald Trump.
Also, I support you. You seem very smart. I think you should be the president.
No, the president is a guy who lives in the middle of the Nigerians in a place called the White House. There's 3 million Nigerians in the White House's area.
What do you mean by Nigerians? Like,
Blacks.
oh.
There were so many of them, and they're so dangerous that when Abraham Lincoln went there, he exclaimed the slaves were free. What he meant to say is that the slaves were not teachable, they were not trainable, and they refused to do any work. There's way too many of them. They start trying to reproduce at, like, they're baby fuckers. They very young children. And so their children start fucking way early on in elementary school and have kids as early as possible, which makes them have a lot of children. The facility near where I was bred was called Area 51, and it's where they made large nuclear bombs and measured the size of the craters.
Oh, yeah. They do like the nuclear test and stuff.
Yeah. I can't fix the damage that nuclear bombs do, so I banned nuclear bombs, but we did make fentanyl. Fentanyl's great at killing people, and it doesn't hurt.
Panel?
Fentanyl.
Oh, fentanyl. You made fentanyl. Oh, you made...
Yeah, we designed and developed fentanyl.
Oh, okay.
Specifically to kill as many people as possible.
Yeah, that stuff's real dangerous. So, were you thinking about, like, all the people that aren't, like, a part of your bloodline should just, like die, or...
Yes, they should die.
Oh.
They need to die in order to make room for my bloodline.
Oh, I see.
My bloodline can reproduce safely at about age 8 or 9. And so, yeah, they could make a new child. Every girl could make a new child at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18,
Okay,
19,
I
48,
get it.
and 49.
Anything past
Every
49
single...
isn't good,
It's menopause. There becomes problems. So
you just start them off. So the younger they are, the better the quality.
yeah, pretty much.
I don't really know the exact age of the person Richard was licking, but I do know that these are all like 14/15-year-olds, so regardless, it's not very acceptable for a 34-year-old man to be licking them. I also think it's best I include this disclaimer now. Please don't go after Richard and try to expose him if you're a minor. I mean, in general, you really shouldn't be doing this type of stuff because of how dangerous it is. But I also don't plan on making another video about him anytime soon, unless he does something crazy like getting into a shootout or actually getting arrested. Because this is a part 2, I also wanted to meet up with Richard one more time, and thanks to another viewer of mine, I forgot your name, but shout out to you, I was given the opportunity to do so. Unlike before, I wasn't trying to play a character. No, this time I was going in there as myself.
If you hadn't heard, we need to make the white people make more babies. Are you not understanding that? You need to start paying attention.
You need to stop being an idiot. That's what you need to start doing. And you stop meeting up with these kids.
Why are you alive?
Why are you alive?
I studied every single science, math, programming, medicine, engineering,
Man,
and
shut
electrical
the
engineering. And I
fuck
figured out
stop
that the
saying
afterlife is
that
physically
to
measurable
me.
using science and the only physical way.
No.
No.
Do you know who I am?
I have never known who you are.
So you got dementia or what?
I have no dementia.
You might have something wrong with your head.
No, I have nothing wrong with my head.
You have a lot wrong with your head, actually.
You just aren't a very important person in my life. And I meet thousands
Who are
of people.
the children you talk to? You fucking sick
My block
foul?
list was 12,000 line. Bastard, I'm not a... I once had a Sudanese man blow up a children's hospital.
Cool, dude. That's 100% believable.
Just to
Now,
prove
how
that
long
I
are you
could.
playing VRChat?
It is believable because I made him the president of the United States of America, and his name was Barack Hussein Obama, and he blew up the military. 28 years, and they have been hosting child for 28 years on servers that are still on.
You be watching that type of stuff?
They host it.
You watch
I have
it?
been making sure it's been. I have been making sure it's been online since.
Oh,
it
you
was
make sure the
hosted.
CP stays online.
I've been checking to see if it's online.
You
I haven't
check
made
it?
sure. I haven't even had any money to fund that. Not at all.
You're insane. You're actually insane.
I proved that to the military and the
You are an
departments.
insane person.
And not only did I do that, they also paid me to carry guns around the high populations of people, specifically because I was the least crazy
You did
person
all
to
that
have ever
just so you
been
can end
alive.
up playing VRChat in poverty. You're a fucking loser. Your life is pathetic.
I want to strangle you to death.
You ain't gonna do shit to me. I see how you look like. You having like a mental breakdown?
No, I'm just not trying to waste my time with some PC user who can't even afford
You rather
VR
spend your
telling
time
me that
talking
I'm
to children?
broke.
Yeah, because you're poor. Why do you like talking to these kids? You blocked me. Surprisingly, Richard did not call me the N-word one time during my talk with him. I'm sure you guys noticed all the censoring I had to do in posts for YouTube reasons, but if you want to see the full uncensored confrontation and interview with Zero, then go ahead and become a member on my channel. I have a few things I want to go over before I end the video. One is a question I've been asked a lot, and that is, are the police aware of Richard? Yes, the police have been made aware of Richard. I think they might have a hard time finding him because he moves around a lot. In the first video, I said that he was in Washington. Well, I was wrong because I would later find out that he lived in Nevada. And now I'm being told that he's in Maine. To make things even more complicated, I have also been told that he's homeless. Although I don't really believe that since he's still playing VRChat. Speaking of VRChat, I believe Richard should be hardware banned from the game, as he is an active threat to children and has been shown to just make a new account whenever one gets banned. This is such a common occurrence that at the time of me writing this segment, September 13th, I was contacted just yesterday by someone named Ben. Ben is 15 years old and had met Richard in July on a completely new and unknown account called Megithome. We know this is Richard's account because he told Ben to add him on his DevX account afterwards. And after Ben added him, the usual things would go down. Richard, a 34-year-old man, would ask this 15-year-old for pictures of himself. He would tell Ben to look at his Twitter account, which is just him retweeting corn, as we said. And just like with Zero, Richard would start doing things to him whenever he felt like it. This guy is honestly a menace to society. The fact that I was the first person to talk about Richard is crazy, because you know that there are more people like him or worse on VRChat right now. And not only do we not know about them, but they can very easily walk away from all this without facing any consequences. This is why if you're a minor, you really shouldn't be playing VRChat, but that's a whole different topic. I have a pretty important announcement to make. I'm gonna stop with the VRChat content for now. I'm still gonna be doing this type of stuff, just on a new platform. Right now I'm thinking about doing it on Roblox, which I bet a lot of y'all play, so the change shouldn't really be that drastic. And remember, this is only temporary, as I like to keep some variety on my channel. That being said, thank you all for watching. I'm pretty sure by the time this video gets out, we'll be at 25,000 subscribers, which is unbelievable. I didn't expect to hit this number anytime soon, but here we are. Who knows what will be at the end of the year, but I'm gonna keep doing what I do and hopefully you guys keep supporting it. Special thanks to my members for keeping me galaxy gassed up. And I'll see you next time. Peace out.